Welcome back to our English online class. Class 9, Unit 7, Theatre. A reading, The Trial. Here, see, three pictures are there. What are they doing, ma? Look at the pictures and answer the questions that follow. What are the pictures about? What are the children doing in the pictures? Can you guess the themes of each skit or play? Have you ever taken part in any skit or play? If so, share your experience. And the oral discourse is skit. Perform a skit or play on anything. See, in the first picture, see a group of girls are there. So they are performing some skit. In the second picture, there are also some children performing a stage on the stage. Here it's in the classroom and here it's on the stage. Here also another skit. Boys, a girl is there, so they are performing some skit. So children, you too might have played in your school, in your classrooms on special occasions. Okay, so if so, share your experience with the class. Now about the dramatist. Who is the dramatist here? George Bernard Shaw. Okay, he was born on July 26, 1856 in Dublin, Ireland. In the early 1900s, Shaw wrote several plays. These plays were about political themes and issues concerning poverty and women's rights. He wrote Man and Superman in 1902, John Bull's Other Island in 1904, and Major Barbara 1905. In 1914, he wrote Saint John, our present play, which is considered to be one of his masterpieces. It is considered as his masterpiece, the best one. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1925. So in literature, he won the Nobel Prize in 1925. Shaw wrote over 15 plays during his literary career. So how many plays? 50. Right until the time of his death on November 2nd, 1950, Shaw remained committed to the socialist cause. Okay, children, before entering into the play, we'll see the glossary, the new words coming across our lesson. Okay, bishop, it's a noun. A clergyman who supervises a number of local churches. He supervises the local churches. Page, it's not a paper or page, it's a noun. Here, a youth being trained for the medieval rank of knight and in the personal service of a knight. A youth attendant. Seema, here is the bishop and he is the attendant. And heresy, it's here, see, heresy means a belief which is against the principles of Christianity. Against the principles of Christianity is known as heresy. Gospels, it's a noun. The first 4 books of the Bible of the New Testament. Weary, weary is tired. It's an adjective. It's tired. See, the child is very much tired. Next, obdurate, it's an adjective. Obdurate means adamant or stubborn. Okay, yeah, she's showing something. Means shown, it's a verb. British variant of shown. British slang, it's shown. Okay, yeah. Wantonly, it's an adverb. Okay, acting cruelly or violently, deliberately or provokingly. See, violently, acting cruelly. Yeah, here exhort, to insist, it's a verb. Exhort, here verb, it's to insist. Yeah, implore, plead. See, this girl is saying please. How she's saying. Noodle, noun. Head, used as a slang. Okay, head. Thou means you, thy, your, dose, do, nay, no. Old and poetic English words. Yes, these all are girls. Lass, lass is a noun. Lass means girl. Okay, lass is girl and lad is boy. Opposite of lass is lad, boy. Here is lass. Surcoat, noun. The outer coat or garment worn over armor. In particular, a short sleeveless garment worn as a part of insignia of an order of kinghood. See ma, this one on the, it's an outer garment, coat like thing. Trifles. At stake, it's an idiom. In danger of being lost. At stake means danger of being lost. Imputed, attributed bad quality to. It's a verb, imputed. Somebody militant, radical or rebel. Okay, the trial. Here, Joan of Arc, born in 1412, was a French peasant girl. Farmer, peasant means farmer girl, who claimed that the voices of saints had told her she was called on by God to aid her country. So in 1412, Joan of Arc was born. She is a French girl, okay, a peasant girl. And she told that she was called on by God to help her country. This French national heroine took to the field of battle during the 100 Years' War, 1337 to 1453. So 100 Years' War she participated. At the time, the desperate French army had suffered a number of losses to the English. So French army lost to the English. But Joan brought renewed confidence by lifting the siege of Orleans in 9 days. So in 9 days she got back and taking back the city of Reims. She was soon captured by the English. Joan of Arc, who had been caught by the British in the war, was imprisoned and presented before the court. So Joan of Arc was presented before the court. So now let's go into the introduction of the characters. Inquisitor, Brother John Lemaitre, a seemingly mild elderly man. He is a mild elderly man. Canon John d'Estuade, the chief prosecutor. Canon de Courcelles, the canon of Paris. He is a young priest who helps to compile 64 charges against Joan. Brother Martin Ladwin, a young monk assigned to be Joan's confessor. Caution, the academic theologian who represents the considered wisdom of the church. The chaplain, a clergy man. So children, now we know what are the cases. In the next session, let's learn what happened next. Welcome to our new session. In the last session, we learned what are the characters of trial. It was the story of Joan of Arc, who was imprisoned in the war and presented in the court. Reign 30 May 1431. A great stone hall in the castle, arranged for a trial at law. There are two raised chairs side by side for the bishop and the inquisitor as judges. So who are the judges? Bishop and the inquisitor. Okay. The high chairs have been raised side by side, and it was a great stone hall in the castle. Okay. Looking down the great hall from the middle of the inner end, the judicial chairs and scribes' table are to the right. So at the right, the judicial chairs and scribes' tables are there. The prisoner's stool is to the left. Who is the prisoner here? Yeah, Joan of Arc. There are arched doors right and left. It is a fine sunshiny May morning. It's a month of May. It was fine sunshiny. Now the inquisitor. Let the accused be brought in. Who is the accused here? Yeah, Joan of Arc. Ladwin calling. The accused. Let her be brought in. Joan, chained by the ankles, is brought in through the arched door behind the prisoner's stool by a guard of English soldiers. So English soldiers were guarding her and she had chains by the ankles. With them is the executioner and his assistants. They led her to the prisoner's stool and placed themselves behind it. After taking off her chain, they took off her chain and made her to sit on the stool. She wears a page's black suit. We already learned in the glossary page's suit. Okay. The inquisitor. Kindly. Sit down, Joan. He's a kind person. We already talked about it. Sit down, Joan. She sits on the prisoner's stool. You look very pale today. Are you not well? So he is inquiring. She was looking pale and he's asking how was her health. Is she not well?
John: Thank you, I am well enough, but the bishop sent me some carp and it made me ill.
So Joan is saying thank you and well enough, but bishop sent her some carp. Carp is a type of fish. It's a kind of fish. So what she is saying, it made her ill. Caution: I am sorry. I told them to see that it was fresh. He is saying that he asked the servants to serve her fresh one.
John: You meant to be good to me, I know, but it is a fish that does not agree with me. The English thought you were trying to poison me.
Okay, so what she is saying, thank you, but you told it should be served fresh, but the English thought you were trying to poison her. Caution and the chaplain together. What? No, my lord. What they are saying? No, my lord.
John, continuing. They are determined that I shall be burnt as a witch, and they sent their doctor to cure me. But he was forbidden to bleed me because the silly people believe that a witchery leaves her if she is bled. So he only called me filthy names. Why do you leave me in the hands of the English? I should be in the hands of the church. And why must I be chained by the feet to a log of wood? Are you afraid I will fly away?
So what Joan is saying, they are determined to burn her alive because they say witchery leaves if she is bled. So they made her bleed and they called her with filthy names. How unfair, isn't it, ma? And she's asking why I am being in English. I should be in the hands of the church, and why I must be chained by the feet, because log was also chained to her ankles. And what she's asking, are you afraid that I'll fly away? She's saying, are you afraid that I'll fly away? De-estimate harshly. He says, woman, it is not for you to question the court. It is for us to question you. He's saying, it's not for you to question. We have to causeless. When you were left unchained, did you not try to escape by jumping from a tower 60 feet high? If you cannot fly like a witch, how is it that you are still alive? So what causeless is saying, when you are left unchained, didn't you try to escape? And that too, the tower was 60 feet high. What he is saying, if you cannot fly, how would you try to jump that and you are still alive?
John, I suppose because the tower was not so high then. It has grown higher every day since you began asking me questions about it.
So what she is saying, the tower was not so high, but they were making it higher to prove her that she was a witch. De-estimate. Why did you jump from the tower? So he asked, why did you jump from the tower?
John, how do you know that I jumped?
So she asked, how do you know that I jumped? De-estimate. You were found lying in the moat. Moat is the water area near the gate of the castle. Moat. Why did you leave the tower?
John, why would anyone leave a prison if they could get out?
So she asked, does anyone love to stay in the prison? No one. So she asked, if it is open, anyone would try to escape. De-estimate. Do you try to escape? So he asked, did you try to escape?
Of course I did, and not for the first time either. If you leave the door of the cage open, the bird will fly out.
So she simply says, if the door of the cage is open, the bird will fly out. In the same manner, if the prison is open, I would like to escape. De-estimate. That is a confession of heresy. I call the attention of the court to it. So he is saying, she is only agreeing that she tried to escape. So now the court must note it.
Heresy. He calls it. I am a heretic because I try to escape from prison.
So she is asking, if I try to escape, am I a heretic? Assuredly, if you are in the hands of the church and you willfully take yourself out of its hands, you are deserting the church, and that is heresy. What he is saying? Assuredly, sure. Because if you are in the hands of the church and you are deserting the church, deserting means leaving. If you are leaving the church, and that is heresy.
John, it is great nonsense. Nobody could be such a fool as to think that.
So what she is saying, it's great nonsense. Dear student, you hear, my lord, how I am reviled in the execution of my duty by this woman. He is saying how I am reviled. He sits down indignantly, frustrated. Yeah. Caution. I have warned you before, John, that you are doing yourself no good by these pert answers. So he is saying, I already warned you. If you give these pert answers, it means reckless answers, you will do no good. That means you will do yourself harm.
John, but you will not talk sense to me. I am reasonable if you will be reasonable.
What she is saying, if you are reasonable, I will be reasonable. The inquisitor interposing. This is not yet in order. You forget, Master, that the proceedings have not been formally opened. The time for questions is after she has sworn on the Gospels to tell us the whole truth. What he is saying, she has to swear on the Gospel.
John, you say this to me every time. I have said again and again that I will tell you all that concerns this trial, but I cannot tell you the whole truth. God does not allow the whole truth to be told. You do not understand it when I tell it. It is an old saying that he who tells too much truth is sure to be hanged. I am weary of this argument. We have been over it 9 times already. I have sworn as much as I will swear, and I will swear no more.
So she has been, what she is saying, she is vexed up, and she is saying, every time I am telling again I am telling the truth, but you won't believe, and the whole truth I am not going to tell because God does not allow her. She is saying, and she is saying, you do not understand it. And there is an old saying, he who tells too much truth is sure to be hanged. So I am weary of this argument. Weary means she is tired, vexed up of this argument. We have been over it 9 times already. The trial it has 9 times. I have sworn as much as I will swear, and I will swear no more. Now she is saying she won't swear. Causeless. My lord, she should be put to the torture. Causeless saying she should be put to the torture. The inquisitor. You hear, John? That is what happens to the obdurate. Obdurate we learnt in the glossary more. What is obdurate? Adamant, stubborn. So he is saying, if you are stubborn, that is what happening. What is going to happen? Torture. Think before you answer. Has she been shown the instruments? Shown. Shown means shown. He is asking, did she show the instruments? The executioner. They are ready, my lord. She has seen them.
John, if you teared me limb from limb until you separate my soul from the body, you will get nothing out of me beyond what I have told you. What more is there to tell that you could understand? Besides, I cannot bear to be hurt, and if you hurt me, I will say anything you like to stop the pain, but I will take it all back afterwards. So what is the use of it?
So what she is saying, if you tear me limb to limb also, I am not going to tell anything more, because what I know I already told. But if you are going to torture me to stop the pain, I may lie. I may tell whatever makes you stop hurting. So afterwards again I will take back what I. Ladvenu. There is much in that. We should proceed mercifully. He is saying we should proceed mercifully. We should be kind. Causeless. But the torture is customary. He is saying it's customary. It is traditional. Every time we follow when the trial is. The inquisitor. It must not be applied wantonly. If the accused will confess voluntarily, then its use cannot be justified. So what he is saying, wantonly, we learned already in the glossary. Wantonly means cruelly. We should not be cruel. We should be kind. Causeless. But this is unusual and irregular. She refuses to take the oath. What he is saying, he is not swearing. She is not taking the oath. Ladwin, disgusted. Do you want to torture the girl for the mere pleasure of it? So they are asking, do you really want to, just for the sake of your pleasure, do you want to torture her? Causeless, bewildered, frustrated. But it is not a pleasure. It is the law. It is customary. It is always done. What he is saying, it's not pleasure. It is customary. Every time it is being done. The inquisitor, that is not so, master, except when the inquiries are carried on by people who do not know their legal business, who don't follow the law, they will be tortured. Not everyone. Causeless. But the woman is a heretic. I assure you, it is always done. What again he is saying? She is a heretic. Caution. Decisively. It will not be done today if it is not necessary. Let there be an end of this. I will not have it said that we proceeded on forced confessions. We have sent our best preachers and doctors to this woman to exhort and implore her to save her soul and body from the fire. We shall not now send the executioner to thrust her into it. So he is saying, we had sent her best preachers and doctors to this woman to be saved from the fire. But she is so adamant. Causeless. Your lordship is merciful, of course, but it is a great responsibility to depart from the usual practice. So usually what we are going to do, that should be done. It should not be departed. Even though they are merciful, but it should not depart from the usual traditional way.
John, thou art a red noodle, master. Do what was done last time is thy rule, eh?
So she is saying, you are a rare noodle, master. Do what has done last time, the rule. What is rule? You follow. Causeless, rising. Thou wanton, thou dare call me noodle. How dare you call me noodle? The inquisitor, patience, master, patience. I fear you will soon be only too terribly avenged. Which means taking revenge. So he is saying patience. Causeless, mutters, means speaking inside. Noodle indeed. He sits down much discontented, dissatisfied. The inquisitor. Meanwhile, let us not be moved by the rough side of a shepherd lass tongue. So shepherd lass. Shepherd means she used to rear sheep. So lass is a girl. So tongue means what her words. We should not be moved.
John, nay, I am no shepherd lass. Though I have helped with the sheep like anyone else, I will do a lady's work in the house, spin or weave against any woman in ruin.
So she is saying, I am not a shepherd lass. I can even do spin or weave and not only looking after the sheep. The inquisitor, this is not a time for vanity, John. You stand in great peril. So he is saying it's not vanity, not to say what you are able to do, but you are in a great peril, great danger. Peril
John,
means.
I know it. Have I not been punished for my vanity? If I had not worn my cloth of gold surcoat in battle like a fool, the Burgundian soldier would never have pulled me backwards off my horse, and I should not have been.
So, what she is saying? Yeah, she has been punished for her vanity. How? Because she had been wearing the gold surcoat like a fool. Or else the Burgundian soldier, the English soldier, could not have captured her. Because the surcoat, they pulled her the surcoat from back. In that way she was caught. Or else if she was not wearing the surcoat, she would have not been caught and she would not be in the prison and the court. The chaplain, if you are so clever at woman's work, why do you not stay at home and do it? What he is saying, if you are so clever weaving and everything you are able to do, why are you not at home? Why are you in the battlefield? He is asking.
John, there are plenty of other women to do it, but there is nobody to do my work.
Okay, caution. Come, we are wasting time on trifles. Trifles means little things. So what he is saying, we are wasting on this girl little simpler things. John, I am going to put a most solemn question to you. Take care how you answer, for your life and salvation are stake on it. Will you, for all you have said and done, be it good or bad, accept the judgment of God's church on earth, more especially as to the acts and words that are imputed to you in this trial by the promoter here? Will you submit your case to the inspired interpretation of the church militant? So the question is asking you, to save your life and salvation. If you are here, you have to accept the judgment of God's church on the earth. So he is asking, will you submit your case to the inspired interpretation of the church?
John, I am faithful child of the church. I will obey the church.
So she says, I am a faithful child and I'll obey the church. Caution. Hopefully, leaning forward. You will? He's asking, you will?
Provided it does not command anything impossible.
So she's saying on the condition that it doesn't ask about anything impossible. Caution sinks back in his chair with a heavy sigh. The inquisitor purses his lips and frowns. So he sat back in his chair and inquisitor frowns and purses, means closed his lips. Lagvenu shakes his head pitifully. So he shakes his head. So children, before going back to the question and answers, so let's know what happened to that girl, Joan of Arc. At the age of 19 in 1431, she was tried for heresy and then burned at the stake as a witch. In 1909, she was beatified and in 1920 canonized as a saint. So, she was burnt alive. How unfair, isn't it, ma'am? Okay, now let's go into the question and answer. What does the sentence, if you leave the cage door open, the bird will fly out, mean? Second one, was wearing the surcoat really faithful for Joan? If not, what would have happened? Third one, who were the people who wanted Joan to be punished? Was the inquisitor kind or cruel? If you were in Joan's place, how would you react to the punishment? So let's go into the answers, ma. The above sentence means that if you put the prison open, won't the prisoner try to escape? The second one, was wearing the surcoat really faithful, means yes, wearing the surcoat was bad fate to Joan. If she would not have worn it, she would not have been caught. Now third one, who were the people who wanted Joan to be punished? The causeless district wanted Joan to punish harshly. Was the inquisitor kind or cruel? Yeah, the inquisitor was kind but can't help Joan then. If you were in Joan's place, if I were in Joan, I too would have sacrificed my life for my people's sake. Okay children, hope you have understood the trial lesson. Thank you.